Listen carefully. There is something about the way you move through life that people cannot easily explain. You make decisions others are too afraid to make. You see possibilities where others see problems. And while some may question you because they don't understand your vision, many are quietly watching and admiring your courage, intelligence, and ability to keep moving forward. What you are doing is not ordinary. You are building proof that courage combined with intelligence can change everything. Courage is not about having no fear. Courage is what happens when you feel fear, uncertainty, pressure, and doubt, and you decide to move forward anyway. There will be moments when you question yourself, moments when you wonder whether your decision is correct, and moments when the people around you don't understand why you continue. But those moments are not proof that you are weak. They are opportunities to discover how strong you really are. You have probably noticed that the easiest path is rarely the path that creates the strongest version of you. Taking the easy way out may give you temporary comfort, but choosing the difficult path can give you confidence that lasts. Every time you face something uncomfortable instead of running from it, you teach yourself a powerful lesson. I can handle this. That lesson becomes part of your identity. Your courage is visible in the decisions you make when nobody is encouraging you. Anyone can move forward when the entire world is cheering. The real test comes when the room becomes quiet, when support disappears, when the outcome is uncertain, and when you have to rely on your own judgment. That is where character is built. Some people may not understand your choices because they are looking at your life from the outside. They don't know the conversations you've had with yourself. They don't know the battles you've fought privately. They don't know how many times you've had to rebuild your confidence after disappointment. So don't allow someone else's limited understanding to become the measurement of your potential. You don't need to prove your courage through reckless decisions. True courage is intelligent. It knows when to act and when to pause. It knows when to speak and when silence is wiser. It understands that being brave doesn't mean ignoring consequences. It means facing reality honestly and still choosing the responsible path forward. Think about every difficult moment that once seemed impossible. You survived it. You learned something from it. You became more aware of yourself because of it. Maybe it changed your priorities. Maybe it taught you who you could trust. Maybe it revealed strength you didn't know existed inside you. That is what pressure can do when you refuse to let it destroy you. Your courage becomes even more powerful when you stop trying to convince everyone that you're courageous. You don't need to announce every battle you're fighting. You don't need to explain every decision. Sometimes the strongest response is simply continuing your work. Let people underestimate you if they choose. Let them misunderstand your direction. Let them wonder why you keep going. You have something more important to do than constantly defending your potential. You have a life to build. And every step you take while uncertainty is present is another vote for the person you are becoming. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, action over hesitation, and growth over comfort, you are strengthening the foundation of your future. So don't wait until you feel fearless. Move while you're afraid. Start while you're uncertain. Learn while you're inexperienced. Continue while the results are still invisible. Because one day, you may look back and realize that the moments you thought were slowing you down were actually developing the courage that changed your entire life. Your courage is not simply something people admire. It is a tool. It is the force that allows your intelligence, your talent, and your vision to become action. You already have reasons to doubt yourself. The world will provide more if you let it. What you need now is one reason to keep going. And sometimes that reason is simply this: you haven't seen what you are capable of becoming yet. Real intelligence is not simply about having the right answer. It is the ability to recognize what matters, understand what you don't know, learn from what happened yesterday, and make better decisions tomorrow. That kind of intelligence is developed through experience, observation, patience, and the willingness to keep learning. You may not always realize how intelligent you are because your greatest strengths have become natural to you. The way you analyze situations, notice details, understand people, and connect lessons from different experiences may seem ordinary to you, but those abilities can be incredibly valuable. You have learned things that no textbook could have taught you. Life has placed you in situations where you had to think quickly, adapt, make difficult choices, and continue even when there was no clear instruction manual. Those experiences sharpened your mind. Every mistake taught you something. Every disappointment revealed something about yourself or the world around you. Every challenge forced you to develop a different perspective. Instead of seeing those moments only as painful memories, recognize them as training. Your intelligence becomes powerful when you refuse to repeat the same mistake, simply because your pride doesn't want to admit you were wrong. A truly intelligent person can say, "I misunderstood that. I need to learn." That mindset is strength, not weakness. The moment you become comfortable learning from your mistakes, you stop being controlled by them. You also have the ability to think beyond what is immediately visible. While others may focus on what is happening right now, you can ask what happens next. You can consider consequences. You can recognize patterns. You can step back from emotion and examine a situation from multiple angles. That ability can help you make decisions that are not based solely on temporary feelings. But intelligence means very little if you never use it. Knowledge becomes powerful when it turns into action. You can read hundreds of books, listen to countless speeches, and collect endless information. But your life changes when you apply what you've learned. Take the lesson and use it. Take the idea and test it. Take the mistake and improve from it. Don't be afraid to change your mind when new information proves that your previous thinking was incomplete. Growth requires flexibility. You don't have to defend an old version of yourself simply because you once believed something strongly. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to become wiser. And never compare your intelligence to someone else's. Different people recognize different things. Someone may be better at numbers. Another person may understand people exceptionally well, while someone else may be brilliant at creativity, strategy, communication, or problem solving. Your strength may be hidden inside the way you approach challenges. The goal isn't to prove that you are smarter than everyone else. The goal is to become smarter than the person you were yesterday. Keep asking questions. Keep observing. Keep learning. Keep challenging your assumptions. Listen carefully, but think independently. Learn from people without surrendering your own judgment. Your intelligence becomes truly remarkable when you combine it with courage. Intelligence tells you what may be possible. Courage gives you the willingness to pursue it. Intelligence helps you identify the path. Discipline helps you walk it. So don't underestimate your mind simply because you are still learning. Learning is evidence that your mind is alive and expanding. You don't need to know everything today. You only need to remain curious enough to keep discovering. Every lesson you absorb adds another layer to your understanding. Every experience gives you another perspective. Every challenge can sharpen your judgment. And eventually, you will realize that your greatest advantage was never knowing everything. It was knowing that you could always learn more. There is something powerful about becoming the kind of person who inspires others without trying to impress them. You may never fully realize how many people are watching the way you handle your life. Someone notices how you keep working when things become difficult. Someone notices how you recover when you fail. Someone notices that you continue moving forward even when nobody is giving you applause. Your greatest influence may not come from what you say. It may come from what you consistently do. People often admire qualities in others that they secretly wish they could develop within themselves. Your courage can remind someone that they need to stop being controlled by fear. Your discipline can make someone question their own excuses. Your confidence can show someone that it is possible to believe in yourself without waiting for everyone else's approval. Your ability to remain calm under pressure can teach someone that difficult circumstances do not always have to control your emotions. This doesn't mean you should live your life trying to become an example for everyone else. That's not the point. The point is that your actions naturally communicate something. Every decision you make sends a message about what you value. When you choose growth instead of comfort, you demonstrate that growth is possible. When you choose patience instead of reacting emotionally, you demonstrate strength. When you choose to continue after disappointment, you demonstrate resilience. And sometimes, the people who admire you will never tell you. They may watch silently, they may never comment, they may never say, "Your determination inspired me." But that doesn't mean your example has no impact. People are influenced by what they repeatedly see. Your consistency can become proof that change is possible. Think about the people who inspired you throughout your own life. Maybe they never knew they influenced you. Maybe they simply lived according to their values, worked through their struggles, and continued becoming better. Yet their example stayed with you. That's the kind of influence you can create too. Don't become obsessed with being understood by everyone. Not everyone will understand your journey because not everyone has lived your experiences. Some people may judge your decisions based on what they see from the outside. They don't know the nights you spent thinking about your future. They don't know the failures you had to recover from. They don't know how much courage it took to make certain decisions. So don't allow temporary opinions to become permanent definitions of who you are. Your responsibility is not to convince everyone that you're capable. Your responsibility is to keep becoming capable. There will always be critics. There will always be doubters. There will always be people who misunderstand ambition, confidence, or determination. But you don't have to fight every opinion. Sometimes the strongest response is progress. Keep building, keep learning, keep improving, keep becoming. Eventually, your actions will communicate what words never could. And remember, admiration should never become your destination. If people admire you, be grateful, but don't become dependent on it. The moment you start needing constant approval, you give other people control over your confidence. Instead, let admiration be a side effect of becoming your best self. Do the work because it matters to you. Become disciplined because your future matters. Develop your intelligence because you want to understand more. Build courage because you refuse to spend your life trapped by fear. If someone becomes inspired by your journey, that's beautiful. If someone learns from your mistakes, that's meaningful. If someone sees you rise and decides to rise too, that's powerful. But your mission remains the same. Become the strongest, wisest, and most disciplined version of yourself that you can responsibly become. You don't have to chase recognition. You don't have to demand respect. You don't have to announce your worth. Live it. Build it. Prove it through your actions. Because the most powerful influence isn't always the person standing on a stage telling everyone what to do. Sometimes it's the quiet person in the corner who refused to quit, and by refusing to quit showed everyone else that they didn't have to quit either. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to become the person you know you can be. There is a moment in every person's life when they have to make a decision. Continue waiting for approval, or start moving according to their own values, goals, and potential. Too many people spend years waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect person to tell them that they are ready. But readiness is often created through action. You don't become confident before you begin. You become confident because you began. You don't need everyone to understand your vision. In fact, if your vision is meaningful, there will probably be moments when other people don't understand it at all. They may question your choices. They may tell you to be more realistic. They may remind you of every reason something could fail. Sometimes they will do this because they care about you, and sometimes they will do it because your courage makes them uncomfortable. Either way, you have to learn how to listen without automatically surrendering your direction. There's a difference between seeking wise advice and seeking permission. Wise advice can help you see what you missed. Permission can become a trap when you believe you cannot move until everyone agrees with you. You are allowed to grow beyond the expectations people once had for you. You are allowed to change your goals. You are allowed to discover new strengths. You are allowed to leave behind habits, environments, and mindsets that no longer support the person you are becoming. But freedom requires responsibility. If you want to take control of your life, you also have to take responsibility for your decisions. Don't blame everyone else when things go wrong. Learn, adjust, improve, make better choices. That's how independence becomes maturity. You don't need to announce every goal you have. Sometimes keeping your plans private allows you to focus without constantly defending them. Work quietly, build patiently. Let your results arrive before your explanations. There will be days when nobody notices your effort. There will be mornings when motivation is missing. There will be moments when you wonder whether all the work is worth it. Those moments are exactly why discipline matters. If you only act when you feel inspired, your progress will always depend on your emotions. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Give yourself permission to learn slowly. Give yourself permission to start again. You don't have to be perfect to deserve progress. One of the most dangerous habits is constantly comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle. You see their achievements, but don't see their failures, sacrifices, uncertainty, or years of preparation. Stay focused on your own timeline. Your job is not to become someone else. Your job is to become more fully yourself. And understand this, asking for help is not weakness. Seeking advice is not weakness. Changing your strategy is not weakness. Real strength is being secure enough to recognize when you need another perspective while still taking responsibility for your final decision. Stop asking, will they approve? Start asking, is this aligned with the person I want to become? Stop asking, what if they judge me? Start asking, what happens if I never try? Stop asking, am I ready? Start asking, what can I learn by beginning? Your life cannot be built entirely around other people's expectations. At some point, you have to pick up the responsibility of directing your own future. The world may not give you permission. Give yourself permission. Then take the next responsible step. Not tomorrow, not when everyone understands, not when fear disappears. Start with what you have, learn as you go, and allow your actions to introduce the world to the person you are becoming. You don't have to spend your life convincing people that you're capable. You don't have to explain every decision, defend every dream, or announce every goal. There comes a point when words become less important than evidence. Let your actions speak for you. Let your discipline demonstrate your commitment. Let your consistency reveal your character. Let your results tell the story that arguments never could. When you believe in yourself, you stop feeling the need to constantly prove yourself to everyone else. You understand that real confidence is quiet. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't need constant applause. It simply continues working. There will be people who doubt you. There will be people who underestimate you. Some may even decide what you're capable of before they have seen what you're willing to become. But their opinion doesn't determine your potential. Their doubt is not your destiny. The best response to doubt isn't anger, it's growth. Instead of wasting your energy trying to convince someone that you are intelligent, become more knowledgeable. Instead of arguing about your discipline, become more consistent. Instead of demanding respect, become someone whose character naturally earns it. Instead of explaining your courage, keep taking responsible steps toward what matters. Your actions create evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your self-respect. Every time you finish something you wanted to abandon, you build confidence. Every time you choose long-term progress over short-term comfort, you become more disciplined. These small decisions may seem insignificant in the moment, but they accumulate. One focused day becomes a focused week. One focused week becomes a focused month. One focused month becomes a different life. That's how transformation happens. Not through one dramatic moment, but through hundreds of ordinary choices repeated consistently. Don't become addicted to quick results. Some of the most meaningful changes in life are invisible before they become obvious. A seed doesn't look like a tree. Preparation doesn't always look like success. Learning doesn't always look like achievement. But that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Keep building even when the evidence is still underground. There may be moments when you feel like you're working without recognition. Nobody notices the hours. Nobody sees the sacrifices. Nobody understands how much effort you're putting into becoming better. That's okay. Your growth doesn't need an audience. You don't need people watching every step. You need commitment. And when results finally appear, remember not to become obsessed with proving the people who doubted you wrong. That's still giving them control over your life. Build because you want to become better, not because you want someone else to feel smaller. Your greatest victory isn't making your critics regret underestimating you. Your greatest victory is reaching a place where their opinions no longer control your emotions. That's freedom. When you know who you are, you don't need constant validation. When you know what you're building, distractions become easier to recognize. When you know why you started, temporary setbacks become easier to survive. So keep your focus. Keep improving your skills. Keep strengthening your mind. Keep developing your character. Keep showing up. And remember that brilliance isn't always something dramatic. Sometimes brilliance looks like patience. Sometimes it looks like learning from failure. Sometimes it looks like walking away from distractions. Sometimes it looks like choosing discipline when nobody would know if you didn't. Your actions are creating a reputation before you even realize it. People may eventually notice your courage. They may recognize your intelligence. They may admire your discipline. But you don't need to chase that recognition. Become the evidence. Let your life demonstrate what you believe. Let your consistency speak when your words become unnecessary. Let your progress answer the questions. And when you finally reach a level you once thought was impossible, don't stop. Raise your standard. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep becoming. Because the goal was never to prove that you were brilliant. The goal was to use the brilliance, courage, and intelligence you already possess to build a life that makes you proud. Your results will speak, your character will speak, your consistency will speak, and eventually you won't have to say a word.